Hey guys, Steve here from Top Guns. Today we're going to take just a few minutes to do two things. One is to review the new Glock 43, and two, to tell you a little bit about the giveaway. We are going to be giving away a Glock 43, and the details will be here just in a little bit later in the video. You know, when I set out to decide how to review this and what features to look at, there are a couple of videos already out that have done shooting and with it, and of course we have also done some shooting it shoots as I thought it would shoot, which it shoots relatively nice. The recoil is not horrible for the size of the gun, and quite frankly, it's again, for the size, it's a relatively accurate firearm. But at the end of the day, it's a self-defense weapon, and so it doesn't have to be the best shooting in it as far as recoil goes, and it doesn't have to be, or certainly not the most manageable, and it doesn't have to be the most accurate, because at the end of the day, this is a defensive handgun, so it is what it is. What I did want to do is take some time that I've not seen out there yet and compare it not to other Glocks necessarily, but to its competitors' guns, so that people can kind of see the differences in size and weight and capacity from the Glock 43 to the Shield, the XDS, etc. So today what we have here, what I've included in order is going to be a Glock 42 in the 380 caliber. I put that there just for the sake of comparing the size. The Glock 43, which is the new 9mm single stack. Shield, made by Smith & Wesson, which is also a single stack 9mm. The XDS 9mm and is also a single stack. The CW9, also a single stack. And I tossed an oddball in here, and I'll tell you why I did it. This is going to be 6 hours P250. It is a double stack. It is the only double stack here. The reason I tossed it in is because we're also giving away that gun, and we've not hit the number to where we've reached to give it away yet. So I tossed it in here just to remind everybody that this is a gun to watch out for, that we are going to be giving away as well. So I'll give you the details on both giveaways shortly. Let's start off with my initial impression. You know, there's a lot of similar features that you're familiar with that are consistent from one Glock to the next, and so I'm not going to bore you with all those details. The one thing that I feel that I personally would make a change on if I were going to own this gun is, and I've heard a couple of other people say the same thing, and I would personally probably take out this hump. In my opinion, it's a little bit large, and it doesn't feel super comfortable in my hand. It doesn't set nicely in my hand. Now, that does not mean it's going to be the same for you. You may pick it up and absolutely love the way it feels. So that's just my one initial observation. If I were going to make a change to this gun, that's my initial observation. As you've probably seen in other videos and other reviews, the Glock 43 is slightly larger than the 42, its little brother in the 380. Overall though, going from a 380 to a 9mm, I'll give up what little bit of size discrepancy there is to step up to a 9mm. I personally would rather have the 9 on my side than a 380. 9s also tend to be a little more reliable shooting, generally speaking, across the board than a 380, and of course that's due to the 380 being a short, stubby round. Often you get guns that are a little finicky. When I compare it to what we have here, we're going to go from and what I've done is I've put the flat mag in every one of these. I did not use an extension. So as we look at this, and let me go ahead and mention that each of these guns have been cleared, and they've been in my view the whole time. So I may, out of habit, clear them again, just because that's what I tend to do, but if I remember to, I might not clear them for the sake of time, because they have been cleared. So we're going to go from, we have a 6-round, which is going to be your Glock 9mm, and let's go ahead and pull that 42 out as well. That is also a 6-round mag. So you have a capacity of 6 rounds, a capacity of 7 rounds on the Shield, a capacity of 7 rounds on the XDS, a capacity of 7 rounds on the Car CM9 or CW9, rather the CW9, and then on the P250. Again, this is a slightly larger gun. It is a 12-round double stack mag. All in all, the size of that gun actually is not incredibly larger than any of these others, but it is a double stack. So that certainly does make for a little thicker gun, and perhaps for those of you that are looking for something slim to tuck in the waistband, that may or may not be the right way to go. Weight-wise, you know, when it comes to the weight of these guns, there really wasn't enough of a discrepancy for me to pick one or over another because they were all similar enough within a few ounces of each other. So the weight did not play a big factor for me, or would not play a large factor for me in choosing which one I'm going to carry. I personally have already purchased an XDS-9, and I did that prior to the Glock 43 coming out, and I actually like the XDS-9. It happens to be a very reliable gun, so that's the reason that I went that direction. It did have the interchangeable back strap on it, and that's one of the things I really liked, so that I was able to take that hump out of the back of it. So that was something that kind of played into my decision there. Often on these little smaller 9mm, the one thing that I find is they all have a tendency to have this type of grip. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like a long, narrow grip that you feel like you're doing this to. And the Shield also has often felt that way. And again, that's our #1 seller. The Shield by far outsells basically any gun in the store. So certainly this is just my opinion. It's not, you know, there's a lot of people out there that pick up the Shield and they love the way it feels. So the Glock 43 basically felt the same way. I had that kind of that long, skinny feel that I was hoping to get away from and get a little more similar to the 42. But I guess it's just one of the natures of the beast when you're dealing with a small gun like this and it's in a 9mm, you tend to get a little bit of an elongated handle. On the 43, the one thing again that I would, if I could get that hump out, and honestly I'll probably buy one and I'll probably fill it and take the hump out and see how it feels, just because I'm really curious, and I am a Glock fan, so I'll end up owning one at some point. I'll wait till the hype dies down a little bit. So as we go on and we move on up here, of all these, when I look at the grip, the one that fit my hand the absolute best, and I consistently see time and time again, I have other people come in the shop and tell me the same thing, is probably the least expensive up here, which happens to be the Car. It doesn't have that long, narrow feel as much. It's more of a traditional, a little bit more rounder, and so it fits and feels well in the hand. The downside of the Car that I often hear is the reset and the trigger. So when you're firing a Car arm, one of the drawbacks on that is going to be that, you know, when you're going forward to reset that trigger, it often takes it goes pretty far out there, almost all the way out, to get a reset. So that's one deterrent that sometimes people will have on the Car. But again, an extremely reliable gun and a very smooth shooting gun. So I really like the Car arms as well. Let's talk about reset a little bit. As far as reset goes, I have to give reset probably to the XDS. I like the reset on it probably a little better than any of the others that are out here. And I would probably follow it up with, it'd be a toss-up between the Glock and the Shield on the reset. As far as the trigger pull itself goes, I'm probably going to lean one more time towards the XDS. I would follow it up with the Glock 43 and probably go to the Shield shortly after that. The Glock 43 does not, in fact, none of these guns here, except for one, none of them have a manual safety. So often I hear, especially some of the newer shooters and or females that come in and say, I absolutely want a manual safety on my handgun. There's only one out of all these that actually offers the manual safety, and that's going to be the Smith & Wesson Shield. So if you're someone that is set on having a manual safety, you're probably going to want to look at picking up a Shield. Other than that, my advice would be hop into a store, feel them, see how they feel in your hand, try the triggers out, try the reset. Naturally, always ask your gun shop salesperson if they don't mind you pulling the trigger, because you don't want to go into a shop. Some shops don't like you pulling triggers and dry firing. I know here, certainly in a striker fire gun, there's no damage that can be done to that thing, so we don't mind you here dry firing them a little bit and getting a feel for how the trigger is, and also how the reset is. As far as the giveaway, I mentioned we're going to be giving away a Glock 43. Currently, we are also in the process of giving away this particular 6 Hour P250 is on the block right now. It is the next one that will be given away as soon as our our YouTube channel hit 6,500 likes, and I have a feeling with the giveaway of the 43, it's probably going to get there pretty quick. But as soon as our channel hits 6,500 likes, we are going to do a random number drawing just like we did on the last one. We will do it on video so that you guys know that this thing's going out to someone and it's not some setup thing. We've already given away a bulletproof vest. We've given away a Taurus 9mm, and we've stepped our game up, and we're going with the 6 Hour this time, and shortly after that will be the Glock 43. The details to win the Glock 43 and or even the SIG 250 are as follows. You do have to be a subscriber of our YouTube channel, not just Facebook, but also our YouTube channel. You have to have shared it on YouTube, and you're also welcome to share it on Facebook, because that will help drive the numbers, obviously. We also ask that you post a comment on our YouTube channel. So what we're going to look for, and then certainly like the actual post as well. You can share it as many times as you'd like. Obviously, don't do it a bunch in one day because you're going to make people mad. But if you want to share it, you know, a couple of times throughout this week, next week, whatever, and try to get those numbers rolling and get the views out there, that certainly helps us grow our channel, and it allows us to give away a Glock 43, which we're really looking forward to giving away. This is the actual one that we shot in the video, and it will be cleaned, and the only time it has been shot or will be shot was the few shots that you did see in the video. After that, we'll be cleaning it here shortly, and that'll be the extent it'll be put in the box until we give it away. To give it away, we are looking for our 10,000 subscribers to our channel. So we're currently a little over 5,000. At 6,500, we're going to reach our first platform. We're going to give away that SIG 250. As soon as we hit the 10,000 mark, which I don't anticipate to be too long, we are also going to give away the Glock 43. And again, we will do that on video, and I can't wait. And after that, we're going to find something else. We will continue giving away guns because, number one, we love doing it. It's a great way to grow our channel, and we certainly appreciate all the support. Thanks again. I appreciate you guys watching the video. Don't hesitate to post down below, and please share the video. Take care.